All right, y'all, we live. Water God TV. We got Kelly Corinne show here. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm just glad to have you on. Wanted to
Thank
talk about some
you.
FBA business.
I
And it's funny,
appreciate
you
coming
told me a
on.
little story. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
told me a little story that you had got a little traction with the FBA. They didn't know you was FBA, but you had to let them know.
It was more positive. I did have a little bit of negativity, but it was overwhelmed. It was
Right.
far more positive, but we naturally
That's what's
noticed the negative a little bit more.
that's true. That's true. So we've been doing this FBA eviction notices, right? We've been doing it for Fat Joe, Mav Hoffa, and Busta Rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if everybody know this is just I broke the story yesterday that Fat Joe just announced that he's stepping down from the BET Awards, and FBA just went crazy happy.
Good. I'm happy.
They was
Good.
just
Good.
you happy
Good.
for that?
Yes, I am.
What what do you remember about Fat Joe as far as like you coming up? Was he popular to you? You know, when you was
Honestly,
coming up
and this
listening to
is
music?
this is really not any shade because of what's going on. I never listened to his music. I never
Mm,
really, yeah, I wouldn't say I was a fan. Now I do remember he had did some collabs with when he would do collabs, those songs were
right.
good. So I'm not gonna say I didn't listen to when it was, I think it was like him and DJ Khaled, certain songs, but I really, out of all of Terror Squad, I would say I liked Remy Ma. She was the star, for me.
Right, Remy Ma. Yeah, I gotta
Hmm.
give Remy Ma her flowers. She definitely made him more popular.
Yeah,
What about Big Pun?
I never really was a fan, and I know people loved him. I mean, I like the song that he had with Fat Joe. I mean, not Fat Joe. The song that he had with Joe. The I don't want to be a
Right.
player no more. That was huge. That was a hit. But I never downloaded his. Well, it wouldn't have been downloaded. I didn't get his CDs, or anything
Right.
like that.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
But
So
I did like
now
Busta. I was a Busta
you
fan.
did like
Yeah,
Buster.
I was
I
yeah,
ain't gonna
but
lie. Me
yeah.
too. I did listen to Buster. I was a
Mhm.
Buster fan as well, but now I'm not. Did you hear what Buster Rhymes said about the culture? How do you feel about he said that, black people in America don't really have no culture.
I did not hear he said that, and but that is just a very stupid statement because how can actually is I don't know if it's racist because I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Racist, whatever.
Yeah.
But how could every other group of people have a culture except for Black Americans? Like how like that doesn't make like our culture is America, so that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But I'll tell you some stuff about that's Busta. I'll tell you now. So the
Go
word on
ahead.
the curb is he's a homosexual. Like I don't know if you've heard
Wow.
that. Like yeah, that's
I've
like
heard that.
okay, yeah, like people have said, like it was a guy, he was somewhere and he like grabbed his hand and they were walking like I don't know where they were at, but that's just like a thing that's like
Ongoing
talked
thing
about a
with
lot.
him.
That yeah, which that's his
So
business, but yeah,
that's his
he's
business, yeah.
yeah.
So definitely he was at them Diddy parties. That's what you saying.
Oh, I
He
don't
was
know.
definitely
He was at some parties.
right,
Some-
right. So Fat Joe, I seen you did a video on Fat Joe. It did real good.
yeah.
Uh Now Charleston White, you said you did a show before on Charleston White.
Oh yeah.
What's your take on Charleston White? I know he been getting kind of crazy lately, but what's your take on Charleston White? Like when he came out to like how he is right now.
I look, and they gonna come for me in the chat. Y'all, I like Charleston White. I can't. I think the dude is funny. At first,
Right.
at first, when he first like, gained traction or popularity was like, a few years ago, I was like, this guy's mean. Like, I don't, like I don't like this guy. He's too much. But when I've heard like certain like viral clips or things that he would say, he would hit on stuff, as far
Right.
as, the toxicity within the hip hop community, how it's,
Hmm.
very negative for the community, all of that, he's right, and there's certain political things that he said. I I do kind of agree with. I'm not
You
can't.
agree with? He do listen. Everybody says a little bit of something that's good, but as far as what he is right now, to me, this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's a race baiter.
You
I
think
feel
so?
like, yeah, I feel like his job is to because I'm gonna give you an example. There's some guys that was with the right wing, like Patrick David and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of these foreigners that they're
Mm-hmm.
getting that treatment with white America. They're telling them like, "Hey, you're not from here. These aren't your
I noticed it.
forefathers."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Charleston White is like that with us. It's like he's there to just tell us, what we not doing, but it's not like he's telling us something to help us to push us forward. It's like it's just straight criticism. That's how I take it, in my opinion.
Okay, so
Right.
here's why, like, and I do not watch him all the time because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he's on, like he was on Aiden Ross's streams quite a bit. I'm a woman of a particular age. I'm not going to sit down and watch too much Aiden Ross, but the things that he said that I felt like where he was bettering the community, like I'll give you an example. He would say, in the black community, when these rappers or whoever is going to these different cities, they got to check in. They got to check in with the big homie or check in, I guess. And there's some kind of like exchange of money. And I'm not saying, all the time when they check in. When I
Right.
say check in, because let me explain to the viewers that may not know. Like, it's kind of like a gang thing, like
Mm-hmm.
a hip hop artist may, if an artist, like I remember one time the game said, if, people would come to LA, they would have to check in with the game. And Charleston White was like, well, none of the other white people, the white artists, they're not doing that. Why are you
Right.
forcing, the black people to check
Black
in? I'm
people to
like,
do it.
ooh, he kind of has a point. And then as far as the snitching, because I saw somebody say that he's a snitch. Here's the thing with the snitching, and I'm let me be clear, y'all. I'm from
Right.
outside of DC. I'm not with the
Right.
snitching. I'm not with none of that. But I
At
do
all.
feel
Okay.
like when you are a civilian, like if you're a regular civilian, you are not in the streets. Like if I rob a bank and me and you rob a bank together, I snitch on
Right.
you. No, I'm a full snitch. I'm a rat. That's wrong because I was doing dirt too. But I feel like if
Right.
somebody's like a friggin', I don't know, you're a regular civilian and you
Right.
see something terrible going on in your community and nobody does anything, because this is my thing. If the gangs was handling, the PDF files, whatever's going on in the community, if the gangs was handling stuff, I wouldn't have anything to
Right.
say. But if people have to get help. So I'm just like, if
Right.
y'all, you're a regular civilian, you see some activity, you don't say anything. Well, how are things going to get better, in the hood or, whatever. That's my opinion on
Right. Mm-hmm. It's crazy that you say that because I seen something in Chicago where they were saying that they police a 84-year-old woman house got shot up like 4 times. And people were saying that maybe they was trying to take the land. It was just weird. But a lot of black guys stood up and they was like, yeah, we're gonna take care of this ourselves.
that. Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me feel like, yeah, we need to be, we gotta have some type of policing of ourselves that our community can contact us and be like, listen, I'm having problems. Because we seeing what the police is doing to us when they pulling up.
I agree.
Right.
100%.
So I'm gonna show this clip of Charleston White or what he said. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm gonna show this clip and so the viewers can see what FBA is getting mad at about him. Been talking real reckless about FBA. So let's check it out. We're gonna give our opinion. All right.
Okay.
Black people online, unknown to the world, and ain't never did nothing for black people, but just come on Twitter and voice your weak ass feelings. Get out your motherfucking feelings, nigga, and do something. Weak ass Twitter motherfucker. All these motherfuckers just been out here just typing and talking. We black Twitter, we FBA. Go do something then. Go to the black community, somewhere where you from, and have something. You niggas ain't giving away no backpacks. You niggas ain't doing no criminal justice reform, and you damn sure don't talk to the gang members when the gang members kill each other. Look what happened with Whack 100 and them over there, no jumper. You don't see now black Twitter coming out speaking out against the black on black violence. It's always trying to blame the white man for something, nigga. And without the white man, black people wouldn't be shit. Think about that now. Without the white man, black.
That's disrespectful right there. You hear that? Now,
Yeah. I kind of have to agree.
Listen, I'm not going for that. This is what really made me upset when hearing that. It's like you cannot put a whole nother culture on the success of our culture. That's disrespectful.
I do. I agree with that. And I feel like, okay, I do feel like if you were going to talk the pro-black stuff, you should enrich your community. You and I right now, we're enriching our community. We are putting out content. We are giving commentary. We're sharing the news. In my opinion, we are enriching the community in that front. Now, as far as, you know, he's talking about book bags and things like this. This is what I will always give credit to, you know, for Tariq Nasheed he has the museum. Like, there are people in that space that are doing things. Vicky Dillard, she's associated with what's that? African diaspora, and this is a FBA woman as well. And you know, she puts out content, she does things, you know. So to say no one is doing anything, that is not fair. But I do believe a lot of Black people in the chat can come for me. I think we do often focus on, we do a lot of talking, do a lot of complaining, and not getting things done. Not all, but I think there is a tone, and I'm sure every other community does it. But that is a problem. That is something that does kind of annoy me about Black people. Like, we will focus on the wrong thing. You know, like I saw, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I promise I'm gonna land this plane. But I remember seeing on Instagram, there was a judge, the YSL judge, the white lady, the new YSL judge. She had said the N-word when she was reading a one of the court transcript. Now, normally they would say N-word. They would say N-word. She slipped up and said the actual N-word, and people were really mad. Now, clearly, if you watched it, a normal person would come to the conclusion clearly it was an accident, you know. But people was like, "Oh, she shouldn't have slipped up." Da 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 da. And my thing is, y'all focusing on the wrong thing. The Black guy, the Black judge, he was trying to put Thug under the jail. The white lady sent him home. So why, like, y'all focused on her saying the N-word? Why are y'all not focused on, hey, Thug's home now, which is what we wanted? So, you know,
right. I get what you're saying. You're saying that it could be, but that's why on my channel we are trying to set up the union. We trying to set up, you know, the organization. We actually are trying to do things. On my last stream, we did something where we looked at all of the Black businesses near us, and we're going to make sure for grocery stores, and we try to make sure that we put money into our community's pockets, because we know the wealth gap is detrimental to us.
Yes.
So I think the FBA is making progress. We are making moves.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can't just do everything now, but I feel like how everybody's been talking and everybody's been pushing, it's a good unity thing, and we are coming together to do some big things. Now, I do agree, we do need to do something. We can't just be sitting here talking on the computer and not actually making. I mean, spreading word is work. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna downplay that. That is doing something. You putting the message out, but I do like to, you know, boots on the ground. I do like to do boots on the ground work as well.
Yeah. And like, to what you saying, we are like the Tubi. Like, I love Tubi movies. You know, that's like that's our own thing. Like, I remember hearing people talk, you know, people saying, oh, you know, these white people, these white actors are paid so much more than the Black actors. Well, they're going to look out for their own. So why not create your own? You know, so you don't have to depend on white people to do right by you, you know, because they don't have to. So, you know, you got people, you know, making their own independent movies on YouTube. And I watch YouTube all the time. I love it.
Oh, Tubi, you mean, or YouTube?
No, Tubi. I did say YouTube. Yeah, Tubi.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna check it out. I downloaded it, but I didn't watch it. But let me let Charleston White continue with his rant. Let's go.
Boy, ain't gonna be shit. Where you gonna get a job at? Black Twitters can't give you no motherfucking job. And half you Black Twitter motherfuckers poor in the motherfucking way. That's why y'all on Twitter all goddamn day. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do with your mind or your time. Bring you up one at a time. What's up, Re-Ups? He don't want to talk. What's up, Re-Ups?
What's going on, Charleston, my guy? What's going on?
Shit out here in New York City, New York.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
Same to you, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to too much disagree with you, right? Well, I look at it another way, right? I'm gonna say as a foundational, right?
First, I'm new to this foundational talk. What's the foundational Black American?
I got you. So I'm a descendant of American chattel slavery, right? I just call myself a Black American, but I hear what I subscribe to FBA, right? So I built the foundation of this country, right?
No.
As slaves here, right? We are part of building the foundation.
We've never been slaves. We ain't built shit. Don't start that we shit, nigga.
So
wait, hold on. When the last time you talked to your great grandmother or your great grandfather?
My great grandma died when I was about four or five.
Hey,
about 4 or 5.
What's the eldest person in your family?
My granddad just died. He was 89, and my grandma is 86. She's still living.
How often did you talk to granddaddy?
Now, hold on. I'm going to stop him here because he said white people build everything, right? But when it came to the black person, we got to say, hold on, we all ain't built nothing. Where's your granddaddy? Who is your, he getting so specific with black people, but he said white people built, you get a job, from white people. It's like, you ain't breaking it down like you do us. Did you catch that? Or is that he just put it all on them? Like, they gave us jobs. They did all of this. But for a black man, we got to be specific. I'm going to let him keep going.
Shit, damn near shit weekly, every day.
So
big part.
Have you ever heard granddaddy talk about what his grandparents built? Because we all wasn't slaves from what they say.
Hell yeah. Right? Part of Reconstruction.
So let me just ask this, because I'm trying to get understanding. When when today's black people say we, why don't they ever talk about their family lineage? Why do I always try to make it about all black people? Why don't you just stick on your last name and what your family did?
You just made it about all white people.
Exactly.
So what is you saying? This is my just go ahead.
And that's not true. Like, no, of course, I never was a slave. No, my mother was never a slave, but this is a fact. This isn't me making this up. The effects of slavery has come down through each lineage. Like today, we as a community, black people, still have issues like health related issues due to the institution of slavery. That is a fact. So, and that's another reason why I always have to say, no, we have to delineate, because, when they do census and things like that, immigrants that come to this country that check that they're black, and when I mean like people from Haiti or Jamaica or other various country, they don't have the same, I don't want to say DNA, but that issue, like if we're going to address the issue of, something that resulted that black people suffer from today, let's say, hypertension. I'm just giving an example because I can't remember specifically what the ailments were that we still have, as a result of slavery. Well, that's not going to help us because they don't have that. Or like our birth rates are significantly much less than, immigrants, people that have come to this country, so if we want to address the issue of infertility in the black community, but their numbers are being counted with our numbers, it's not going to benefit us. So that's, him saying that, no, well, you was never a slave. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't a slave, but we still deal with the negative effects of slavery. And this other thing aside from slavery, with reparations, it's not just about slavery. The reparations, there was a lot of farmland that was taken from black people. Like once upon a time, there were 1 million farmers, and in the 50s and the 60s, they took our farmland. So that's a debt that's owed. People don't. It's more than just the slavery thing.
Exactly, I agree 100%. Now, I'm gonna let Charleston White, but we already see that. And Dr. Umar Johnson said something that we don't need reparations. It's just funny how we seeing all these guys. Look like we got somebody calling in. Should I take that call real quick?
Yeah, go ahead,
Kelly. All right, let's
sure.
Hello, you called in the Water God TV, and Kelly.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh.
Hello. Maybe call back. It didn't go through, guys. So I don't know what happened there. Were you able to hear him on the phone?
It was the automated.
Yeah, it was the automated. Okay. Umar got Cuban lineage, right? I'm gonna let him go for a little bit, but it's hard hearing this guy, talk about this white and black stuff, and he ain't saying it right. He's just putting us on the island. Let's hear him a little bit
Because
more.
most of our families ain't built shit.
Yeah.
Y'all kill me with the we built the foundation. We ain't built shit.
So Charleston, when you doing your work, when you was doing your work before you hit big, right?
Yeah.
Because I know about you, right? And I respect the hustle.
Yes, sir.
Weren't you doing it for the community?
No.
Who you doing for your community?
Hey James, you there? How you doing, sir? We here with Water God TV and Kelly Corinne show. Good. We just going over this stuff. How you feel about all of this? This FBA talk. Great. Can you hear me? Hold on. Okay, you hear me? All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I feel like anytime that we start to gain and do the right thing,
yeah,
it feels like everyone always want a part of what we're doing. They never make us feel like we are there with them. We got strength together and whatnot. It's always like it's separated. But we always got our hand out to help everyone. And they do this to us time and time again. But everybody act like they don't see it because they don't want, to hurt anybody's feelings. They want everybody to feel like, we all and the same, same gang. We love each other. But when things hit the fan or when we're doing good and we're doing the right things, it seems like everybody want to rip apart whatever we're building. It's like,
right.
Taken away from us.
Gotcha.
And then you got other people that got money and everything else. They talk against us because they got money.
Mm-hmm.
So they run their mouth. They run their mouth for the people that got money. They don't run their mouth for the people that's going through the changes. They always got something ignorant to say because they got money.
Exactly.
You understand? And everybody else is suffering. They don't speak with the people that's going through the changes because they don't believe in that. They believe in what they believe in. They made it already. This is the attitude of these people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're disgusting.
They're very disgusting.
They don't show no love. The love that they show is weak, it's no good, and we don't need it. So we got to get rid of people like that and stop listening to people like that and embarrass them. This is what we have to do.
Right.
We got to pay attention to what's going on with us and stick to us so we can build us. So everybody will recognize now it's our turn to look at what we're doing instead of what they're doing and we're doing for them.
Definitely agree
It's
with that,
turn.
James. Definitely agree with you on that,
It's
James.
our turn,
Right. So were
And
you
for that
ever a
beautiful-
supporter? Were
and
you
for that
ever a
beautiful-
supporter of Charleston White?
First of all, no, because the stuff that he says, like I said, he doesn't care for nobody but himself and the rich and everybody else. That's all he cares about. And I made it. What happened if you didn't make it? You wouldn't be talking like that.
Mm-mm. No.
All of a sudden, you would calm down and deal with what's going on with everybody else. You got money, so now you're babbling off like, this is what everybody want to hear on the other side. They want to hear that because this is how you get your money.
Right.
And when we start disrespecting you and letting you know that you're nothing to us and we don't deserve to deal with a person like you and whatnot, stay where you're supposed to stay. You don't have no more to say to us, and we don't have no more to say to you. So why are you talking about us? Our conversation is dead. What about that?
Yeah. But we got to expose him because, I think if he keeps talking, he gets our black people to get on their side, to get on his side. It's a problem when people, just like with Fat Joe, it's a bunch of people that's hear what Fat Joe's saying, and they are definitely, in agreement with him, and they look like us, and we like, what are you doing? So it's like we gotta start putting
No,
these
those
people
people.
out. Go ahead.
No, those people that's in agreement with them is the people that came here and they want a piece of it.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And then you got the Uncle Toms. So those are the people. Those are the people, the disgusting ones. They like to keep something going, and some of them are just miserable.
Right.
So these are the things that we're dealing with. We're dealing with some really, self-hatred people. They don't have the love in their heart to really say what it is that we need to do the right thing for Black Americans to keep building what we need to build. They don't want to say that.
Right. They don't. I'm with you, James.
You know,
man.
and all it does is tear us down, but we're not going to let it tear us down. We're going to go right on up.
Definitely. James, man, we appreciate you calling in. We do this. We have something on Sunday where we try to put some structural things down. So definitely, man, I want you to tap into us on Sunday night. We go live at 9 and we try to, build some things with FBA without just trying to talk about it. We're trying to actually, but we ain't trying to put everything online. So I want y'all to tap in so y'all can know where to go where we giving out that information just for the culture. All right, James?
I like that.
I appreciate
I call that powerful energy.
Definitely.
I need that.
Definitely. I appreciate you, James. We love you, brother. And we gonna definitely tap in with us.
All right, no doubt, man. You take care, people.
All right, brother. All right, so we got him on there. He said some good stuff. He liked you in the chat. He definitely was on point. I'm gonna let Charleston go a little bit more. Y'all can call in if y'all want to talk and give y'all opinion. Let's do it.
I was doing it for juvenile delinquent children. It wasn't for the community. It was for kids who was like myself.
Underprivileged, okay.
Not underprivileged, juvenile delinquent, because I wasn't an underprivileged kid. My mother was well
Just
off.
got a little trouble.
I was doing it for kids who was going into the juvenile system that needed to have better laws set for children, because America at the time was sentenced a 12-year-old kid to juvenile life without parole. So I was advocating for children to have the right kind of program to go to in the juvenile system. It didn't have nothing to do with the community.
Shout out to that. Yes.
Shout out to that. So basically his community work is giving killers a better they ain't getting punished so hard. And yeah, you doing something, but it ain't nothing like doing something to really help your people, in my opinion. And I don't feel like it sounds like he in the court systems. He doing some police work. I mean, I ain't go as far as saying that, but just how he coming off to me, it just don't seem right.
Yeah,
it don't seem right. So all right, I ain't gonna get too much into we already know where Charleston White stand. I got a couple of other topics. Now, Fat Joe, I don't know if y'all see my video today, but Fat Joe just did step down from BET. Now, BET is not owned by Black people. And I had somebody in my comments that said, hey, we should do our own FBA award show. And I was like, yo, that's good. We're gonna bring that up on Sunday. What you think, Kelly, about that? About us controlling our own awards, controlling our own things that, our culture things that we feel that's important. What you think about us doing that?
I would love that. I just feel like when it comes with us, there's always other powers that I can't say on YouTube will try to infiltrate, and it will make it very, very difficult because that's a media avenue. I don't want to say it on here, but yeah, I'm for that. I think that's good. This is what I'm saying. We know what happened when various artists, there's some taking, you know what I'm saying? There's stuff that people come in and will steal from them, things like that. I think that will be the obstacle. They never want to let us have our own. There's always like I've recently heard, give you an example, Radio 1, Black owned. Sheila, what's her name? I can't think of that woman's name. Urban Radio 1 is, I can't, Sheila Johnson. That's her name. Okay. Well, I saw, what's the girl name? Amanda Seales' show got canceled, and she was saying that her bosses had a problem with her speaking out, you know, about the genocide in Palestine. And she said that she spoke with them before, but her bosses, because I'm thinking, okay, Urban Radio, Urban One, I would have thought they would have been Black people, but they weren't Black people. So that's right. It is Kathy something. I was thinking of Sheila Johnson. That's the ebony lady. Yeah. I can't think
Kathy Hughes.
Kathy Hughes. Kathy Hughes. I was thinking of Sheila Johnson. Yeah, Kathy Hughes. Thank you. Thank you, Chad.
That's what's up. So basically you saying that I did a video and I showed the infiltration of a guy named Darhart Perry, and he worked with the FBI, and his job was to pretty much destroy all the Black organizations. He destroyed the Watts Writers Program. He destroyed the Black Panther Party. He destroyed anything that he was a part of it, destroying anything that, you know, Black people created. So I definitely get you. And I had all my viewers, right? And I think that was one of my best shows. Everybody watched it and they was like, man, we got to look out for that first. So I'm definitely with you on that. We got to look out for the infiltration because it's coming. You know, it's definitely coming. Blacks worldwide didn't support FBA. You wouldn't have FBA superstars. The charts in other countries prove that. Okay. Now look, I want y'all to get we've been talking about reparations for Blacks, for us as people. You know, a lot of people don't want us to get reparations. And a lot of people can agree that they send us people like Fat Joe, Charleston White. But now we have another lady that they're sending at us. I see y'all talking about FBA started. We don't want 304s. So I'm going to show y'all what this lady is trying to do to, I guess, trying to stop us from getting reparations. Check this out.
Professor, and this is the moment of truth.
I saw something on Instagram that I wanted to read today. It says marriage is the lowest paid form of sex work. Women are owed reparations. The people we lay with are the people who are most likely to kill us, which sounds really dark, but that's the reality we're living in. The reality is women have lost their lives in pursuit of men.
What in the name of all that's holy is going on this week? Because there must be something in the water, something stupid. And no, your ears were not deceiving you. You heard this dried up former video vixen right. She claims that women in general are owed reparations for marriage. Now, you'll notice that she mixed two separate groups together. She said marriage is the lowest paid form of sex work. Then she said women are owed reparations. Now, if she says marriage is sex work, then that means married women are the ones that she's talking about. Then why in the very next sentence does she say women in general? Why does she mix the two? Women who are married, they're owed something, but women in general are? She should have just said married women are owed reparations, but she didn't, because in her twisted mind, she's talking about herself, because she's not married and she's never been married. In fact, that's something that she bragged about during the video, that she had never been married, and that's okay.
I know that I'm not the only one that felt that their life choices were put under attack. So this episode is called I Am 48, I Am Child Free, and I've never been married. And guess what? That's okay.
Then why is she saying that marriage entitles women to reparations when she herself has never been married? This is the thinking of these thoughts. This is the way their minds work. It doesn't have to be logical. It doesn't have to make sense, because these women have been trading off their looks their entire lives, and they've been getting attention that they haven't earned. They've been getting money that they don't really deserve, and that's irrational in and of itself. But hey, when you've been able to have the world topsy-turvy like that, you kind of get to the point where you feel you can spout any old gibberish and people will take it seriously. We'll talk about that later on in this morning's briefing. Now, the reason that we're even talking about this waste of air is because of the fact that this is once again yet another example of somebody claiming they want reparations for something, even though these are people who have nothing to do with the slavery Holocaust that happened in this country. They're throwing that.
Oh, I can't hear you. The sound went away.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Okay, perfect. Um, this was this lady, as we seeing, I think she's trying to make reparations. I don't know if this is just her really feeling like this, but I kind of feel like people are attacking our FBA, they're attacking our reparations. This is what we got to fight just to be able to get what we need and the justice that we need. But how did you take this, Kelly?
I thought that was very, very demonic. I think feminism is actually, I know, I'm not even gonna say think, I know feminism is demonic, and the rhetoric that she wrote was straight up demonic rhetoric. Like, the Bible, I follow the Bible. I'm a Christian. I put in the chat the Bible verse. It's so if it's in the Bible, that's what I'm going with. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18:22. So if you're saying that, if you're pushing anything that is anti-biblical as far as women shouldn't get married or any not procreate or whatever, that's straight up demonic. We are here to procreate, to have children, and to flourish. That, so if she didn't get married, she didn't have kids, that's fine. That's her business. That's her right, you know. But you saying, putting anything negative about not getting married or anything like that, I'm staunchly against that. And that's why I don't really like any of those red pill guys, because they're always saying, oh, don't get married, don't get married. That is no, that hard pass for me. No,
Hurting us.
Saying that she's demonic. That was demonic.
Yeah, it's hurting us. It's hurting us by us not sticking together. It's a just form of like FBA. If right now, if FBA start to, oh man, I don't want to work with you. It's gonna hurt us as far as things in the future. So I think in the communities, because we don't see the Black divorce rate is higher than any other race. So that's the divide and conquer that I think is holding us back. Because
Black women. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What you were saying, Black women, but you did say the feminists, and I agree with you on that. I think that a lot of the women are pro-feminist, and it just tears up our families.
It's demonic. No, I was gonna say Black women are of all the different, you know, demographics, they're the lowest to get married. You know, so that hurts our community. That hurts if we're not marrying, well, then we're not procreating. Well, you can procreate, obviously, not being married, but the design is to have a 2-parent household, you know, for both parents to help raise the child. So no, it's that if we didn't get married and we, you know, that ends us like that's the most racist thing in the world.
For real. Definitely. Somebody saying send him a link. I got the number on there if y'all wanted to. I don't know. It probably ain't going in because of the but if y'all wanted to call in. But yeah, I wanted to get your take on that. That was a big one that I wanted to get your take on. Do you feel like this could hurt? Comments like this can hurt Black people in getting reparations? Because I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of women that's not as smart as you, but they just follow these women that's, you know, 304s, and they just gonna, yes, we deserve this. Do you think she's gonna get support?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah, I do because I've never heard the marriage reparations thing, but the feminism stuff that catches on. It influences people. I've seen, you see it everywhere. You see it everywhere. Yeah, it's good. It's bad. It's definitely bad for our community. Yeah, and this is the other thing. They always have an issue with people getting married. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that these feminists, like, now this is in the white community, these white women, they hate on this lady, the ballerina farm lady. She got all these followers, this whole, you know, whatever. But that woman, they just hate on this. The lady just has her own farm, has 9 kids, and everybody's like, well, who's watching those kids? How's she gonna watch all those kids? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what's wrong with it? If she want to have 9 kids, that's her business. Why are y'all mad? The woman has 9 kids. It got huge, you know. It was, but that's what they do. They attack people that are married. You know, it's always these weirdo far leftist feminists. They always push that agenda. Oh, look at me, you know. Well, I'm a single cat lady. I'm doing this and blah 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 blah. You're alone at night, crying in your pillow. No, it's like you're not fooling me, lady. You're not.
Right. I don't know why she's speaking for Black women, but like I said, I believe she's an agent. I believe they're getting up in age. All of these people we see in the Busta Rhymes, the Charleston Whites, the Fat Joes, to where they're attaching themselves to the system. And they feel that, you know, it's nothing. Because down here, you got to really care to support your people. You got to really care about it. It's not something you finna get paid on. It's something that you do out of, you know, you want to do it because it's the right thing to do for your lineage. So that's why I feel like it's easier for them once you already became successful to go over there to the go over there with the higher ups and do what they tell you to do. So y'all, I got the number there. Let me put the number so y'all could call in. I want to hear what y'all think about all of this. But I got Kelly Corinne on the show today. Okay, we got New York calling. New York calling in. All right, can everybody hear him?
Oh no.
No? Okay, hold on.
I can hear.
All right, you calling in to Rob the Water God TV and Kelly Corinne show. What's going on?
What's going on, brothers? This is Jakeem calling out of Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. What's up, brother? FAB for life.
FAB for life, brothers.
Yeah.
I've been watching you. I just got on to you about a week or two ago. I've been watching you. I like the content. I like you. I like the direction you and the sister going in right now in your conversation.
I appreciate that.
It was something you said concerning do you think statements like this hurt us? And I believe it can only if we're ununified as FBA.
Right.
And I take a page I look at it from this perspective. You look at Martin Luther King, you look at Malcolm X and those, right? They never bothered to wait for the masses to get on code. They got on code with other FBA that was on code and they moved. Right? So if we look at it from that perspective, right? If FBA, we get on code, like, for an example, I don't like to bring up other shows, but I was on Jason's Black Show, watching Jason's Black Show the other day. And there was an event here in New York that happened where there was a videotape murder of correction officers murdered an FBA brother. It was videotaped. And, right, Jason Black is not out here. There was a bunch of FBA people on that broadcast and strategizing the attack on the politicians in order to get this thing corrected, to get justice. If we take that page all around, guys like yourself, you and the sister there, and we frequent other FBA pages and we strategize, these people won't matter when people making statements like this. They won't even matter.
I agree.
That's all I wanted to say, bro.
I agree, man. I appreciate you saying that because we need to hear. We want to hear from y'all. We want to put a plan together. And on Sundays, I want you to check us out because that's when we go on a constructive conversation and we try to see where we gonna go to put some stuff offline and some stuff online. So definitely tap in with us.
Okay. What time you broadcast?
Probably 9 o'clock, 9:30 on Sundays.
All right. Definitely, brother.
All right.
B1,
man. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right. Another one of the family. So I'm gonna take this woman off the screen. I don't even want to see her up here anymore. But now we get into the people that we gotta cancel. True, Ryu said Muhammad. Now, Kelly, who are some people that you see or some things that you would want to cancel, right? That we haven't covered as far as FBA, but what are some things that you see in society or that you see around that you're like, yeah, we need to cancel that?
I don't like, well, for one, I don't like that pop the balloon stuff. I don't like these YouTube shows or whatever. I don't know what you call them, but where there's always the black women and the black men arguing. They're always arguing about relationships, and they just complain about each other. I don't see that as productive. I think that is very toxic and negative. I spoke on the red pill bros, like the Myron Gaines. Well, I know your chat wouldn't even be listening to him, the racist stuff that Tether says, but like that, that type of stuff, I don't like that. Someone said in the chat that Kai Cenat said black people don't have culture. I think and I don't know if that's true, but if he said that, I feel like because I think he one of the AMP guys. Actually, I don't know, that dude could be a Jamaican too. Somebody should have checked him. Like when you hear things like that, I'm not going to say we need to cancel Kai, because I do think he's young. Again, I'm older. I don't really watch the guy like that, but there should be someone around to check that type of behavior. Like, you can't just say it's like race. It's racism. It's a form of racism. So that's the stuff that I think needs to be, checked. And the drug culture, I think that needs to be gone. Like, I don't know if you've been following what was going on with the whole thing. It's a streamer, and I made a video about it. But Black Boy Max was doing a stream, and he had Fabio Foreign and another rapper named Lil TJ came on, and they couldn't smoke, because they were in the Airbnb. They couldn't smoke. This is something that's trending right now on X and on YouTube. And Asian Doll, which I'm not a fan of her either, she said, well, you shouldn't have invited them over if they can't smoke. They're there to make music. They're not there to do drugs. And I'm like, yo, y'all got some problems. If you can't not smoke for an hour, that could have, and this whole stream thing with Lil, it would have really helped Lil TJ, the other rapper. Fabio Foreign is more, well known, but it really could have helped him. And I was like, yo, he's a natural born F up. Like, you had a really good opportunity, but you could not smoke. Like, that drug culture, all of that, the pills. I've made videos about Dave Blunt. I just think, this whole pill culture, the drug culture, all of that, I think it's really negative for our community, for every community, actually, but specifically
it is. But it seems like things only affect our community, because even with rap music, right? There's other cultures that listen to rap music, but we don't see their kids out doing no robberies and being in drills and spinning the block. It's like we the ones doing it. So it's kind of it definitely annoys me that we're going through all of the trauma and the pain. And when guys like Kai Cenat, when you don't stand on what's right, like, I like brothers who get on socially and they stand on principles for their people. When you're on social media and you're just, it's like you're just doing stupid stuff to me. It's just, I don't feel like you good for the community. I already know that you're not good for us, in my opinion. And everybody got to be an activist, but say something, make me feel like you care about the people at the bottom. So she put, yes, it is. FBAs are political discourse. Now, I feel like rap was a political thing before it got infiltrated. So this is my understanding of rap. I think rap was straight political, and then the politics was like, look, we can't have these dudes keep talking like this, because eventually this is going to be the talk of presidency and making laws and doing all of this. So I think they had to switch it up and put NWA. And that's when NWA came out. And that's when it became the beef. And that's kind of what we seeing now. It's like we going at each other instead of going at the system. The first rap song I heard was Fight the Power. I remember that song, and it was like, fight the power. And I was just thought that, that's what everybody was on. So what is your take on it coming from political and then gangster rap? What's your take on that?
Y'all, your chat, I don't know what type of viewers you have. I think I know, because I'm not gonna hold back.
You ain't gotta worry about offending my crowd. I mean,
I know. I think most of hip hop is demonic. That's what I was gonna say. I think the things that they talk about, these black hip hop, the black women hip hop artists. Okay, there's like one that I like, that I respect, and she went to my alma mater, Lady London. You know, she's not, when you see her, she's not dressed she's not dressed like a whore. You know, she's doing her thing. She's not dressed like a whore. Like these Flo Millies, these, you know, a lot of the stuff that these women are rapping about, it doesn't benefit anyone. Whole culture does not benefit women. It just doesn't. You know, like you want to say it. People think it's cool. They think it's popular, and I genuinely think that it influences people. You know, with the stuff these guys are drill rap. You know, and it's so catchy. It's so catchy. But I think that's, you know, something with the enemy, the vibrations or something. Like, who doesn't like Benito? You know, I'm talking about y'all know who I'm talking about. Benito, all this the drill rap, you know, like music, it does. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. But when you are listening to what they're talking about, where you're from, because I know you mentioned Jacksonville, you know, Florida. I'm from Florida. Yeah, you know, you had ATK versus you know, the gang, the rival, you know, that whole rivalry with Young and Ace and Julio Fulio. You know, so many Black people had died, you know, because of this beef. You know, these exactly. I hate it. I just hate it. I think it's so demonic. I'm sorry, you know, that's just how I feel.
Right. So the big question is, right, if you know in the Jewish communities, right, they don't really have violence on each other. They kind of, you know, they look down on that kind of thing. But these are the guys that's owning the record labels. So wouldn't it behoove them, if they own the record label, to say, hey, we want to put out some positive stuff, if they're religious people, right?
No, it doesn't behoove them, because that's not what sells. That's not what sells. The negativity, the sex, the everything that's demonic, that sells. Why would they care? And if I was Leor Cohen or Jerry Heller, who was, you know, who signed NWA. Leor Cohen was a Jewish record executive. If I'm them, why would I care? Why would I want my employees? Because all of these people work for, all these record labels. Bad Boy Records was under Arista. Who owned Arista? Clive Davis. Clive Davis, Jewish. So if I'm Clive Davis, why would I say, oh, you should make positive music that's not going to sell as good? That doesn't benefit me. So no.
Right. I definitely, I think it's more than sell good. I think because back in the days, the James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud. If you look at back in the days, all our music, that sold well. I didn't hear any negativity about it.
But they robbed, and I'm not saying, look, I don't have an issue with Jewish people, but if you take it, you know, back to Cab Calloway, there always was a Jewish handler, you know, that left a lot of those people penniless. You know, so maybe they just changed up the, you know, switched it up to get, you know, more money. I don't know, but you're right. Yeah, back in the day, we did have more positive music, and it definitely sold.
Right. So, I think it kills two birds with one stone. It kills the politics, and it kills us from having sophisticated people in the front of speak. And it makes us get the people from like the bottom who we wouldn't even dare let talk in front of everybody, and now they speaking. So I think it just helps the system so much. So they got a question for you. They said, who do you believe started hip hop, Blacks or Latinos?
It's obviously Black people, and I said this on my show. That was the most asinine statement, because if it was 50-50, where are the Latino artists right now? It's still dominant. It's still dominant Black. So I don't know, like, and that bothers me. And chat said it. I hate it. They always try to take credit for our accomplishments. Find me the Black person that said, oh, we invented merengue music. Like what?
Right.
You know, like it's ridiculous. There wasn't no 50. And Lord Jamar, I mean, he really broke it down really well, you know, as far as how it was all just, you know, fake news, you know, what Fat Joe was saying.
Right. Definitely fake news. Now this guy Rio, you keep bringing up all of these Caribbean artists, we're not saying that, but they're rapping in a style like if you bring up a Caribbean artist and they're using a black cultural how they deliver in their music, it's not the same. Imagine if a black person is in the Latin music and we speak in Spanish. Would you say would you do the same comparison? It's like once you in somebody's culture and you're acting like them, you are part of that culture, what you're acting like. You get what I'm saying? Not the lineage that your ancestors is from. You're acting of the culture. So I don't want everybody to mix that up. Like, oh, he's from here, but he's acting like he's not acting as the musicians from his culture. He's acting as a musician from America.
Exactly.
So all right, y'all, the phone line open, man. We got like 15 more minutes for y'all. I want to know what y'all think about I want to hear some of what y'all think. Who did Busta copy? Busta copy Americans. What do you mean? If he Jamaican, does he sound, what artist does Busta Rhymes sound like?
I don't know.
What's up, Trev? What's up, Trev? Right. This Rio, you up? I got somebody calling in. Look like they calling in from a whole nother country. Marcy Moore. Let's check them out, see what they got to say.
From.
Yeah, I'm just calling in on the FBA thing.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
FBA business, man. You on the line with Water God TV and Kelly Corinne podcast. What's good?
All right, you're good. Awesome. Black power to my FBA family. Great show, and I appreciate it. And one thing I did want to say real quick, and I'm gonna be in and out.
Okay.
Is I do appreciate and love. It seems like you look like a young man. I want to say 24, 25, maybe.
Oh man, I wish, man. I'm gonna be 40 soon, man.
Well, you're drinking a lot of water. You're looking good. But my point is, I do see a lot of our young people really cultivating to this movement that we got going on. Second, a lot of these individuals that's coming at Foundational Black American, I like to say Foundational Black American Freemen, a lot of them are coming at us is because we are exposing what a lot of them have done for quite some time, for several years. One of the things that gets me the most upset is when they lie and when they try to say that Foundational Black American is an organization, and they know, we've explained it multiple times, that is not an organization, it's a lineage, okay? And they know that. So to me, that tells me that it's something bigger. You guys are talking about these old rappers probably trying to get into some more money. KRS-One, what's the Jamaican cat name? Busta Rhymes, and then I hear this Talib Kweli cat, just denigrate our lineage. No more. That's all I got to say. Black power.
Black power, man. I salute you. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you tap in on with us. Oh, he hung up fast there. Yes. Y'all hit that like button for us, man, so we can get on the algorithm. I know y'all appreciate the show. We want to get this out so people can see. It's gonna be live on Kelly's show. It's live on my show. So I want to get to y'all. Anybody else want to call? We got probably about 10 more minutes. We're gonna be on the live to hear what y'all got to say. We putting Charleston White on notice. Okay, he definitely doing what the racist white people do. It kind of like, say white people created everything and black people, you ain't create nothing. Kind of doing the same thing that Fat Joe's kind of doing to us right now. So
yeah. And we can even go with that. Okay, since he wants to say, well, the founding fathers of this country were white. Well, most of those founding fathers, I want to say at least 80%, had slaves. So if they had slaves, well, what does that do? That frees up their time for them to
do
write
stuff.
Whatever. Yeah, so that it's terrible that there was slavery, but that was contributing to building the country, because there is a constitution, all of that. So that but no, he's crazy. I mean, like Chad said, there's so many Black inventions. I mean, my great aunt was one of the first Black pharmacists in the country. Like, it's just fake news. Yeah, like crazy.
Okay, Omar, man, you on Water God TV and Kelly Korean podcast, man. What's up, brother? You there?
Hey, man, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? You 786. You calling out of Miami, huh?
Yo, what's up? This is my first time really coming across you guys' platform or whatever, so I'm glad I found it. I joined, and I like. I want to touch on the sister.
Okay.
She seems like she's about accountability, and that's where I'm at, because right now we come off too much like we're victims. I'll give you one example. We have 21.5 Black males FBAs in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Brooks was murdered in clear sight in front of us. Please explain to me how we as Black men allow brothers to continuously to keep being killed when there's 21.5 million of us in this country. Doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, rappers, plumbers, you name it. So how can we expect anybody to respect us when we as brothers are not standing on our square when it comes to defending and representing one another? We will jump up here for athletes, and we would do all this other kind of stuff. We would get on Tyreek and all them shows, and we will comment and write in and do all this talking and what you call them. But clearly, we are not what we said we about. Because if we were, we would have way more action and we would have way more movement than what we have now. So really, I'm calling our brothers at this point. Why is there no movement on that brother being killed in New York? 21.5 million of us, and we continue to let them slay us at any time that they get ready. And I'm going to land my plane there.
Yeah, I did a video on it. They flagged my video that I did on it. They didn't let it get to a lot of people. So, hey, I think you got to mute your the YouTube. I hear it echoing with you, Omar. But hold on, all right, Omar, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to hang up on him. So he talking about Robert Brooks. I agree, man. We can't have our brothers get killed in the jail and we not doing anything. Somebody got to set something up. I think if you feel that way, you have to be a leader. If you see something that's not right, that's a calling from God to say that He wants you. You're the person that got to lead us to get things done. We can't keep waiting for people to do something. You know, if you feel it in your heart, God is giving you the message to stand up and get something done. So click with the guys, you know, that's out here and make something happen. That's what we need to do, in my opinion.
I agree. Kelly? I agree. Like for me, I despise Black Lives Matter. I hate them. They only have something to say. Yeah, when it's a white police officer killing a Black person. I made a tweet maybe a month ago. There was a little Black girl out of Texas, little Ivory Smith. She was killed in a car accident. Her mother was, badly injured, and she was killed in a car accident by an illegal drunk driver, illegal immigrant drunk driver. Where are y'all at? Speaking out for this little girl that died. That shouldn't have happened. Right. And the list goes on and on and on about things. But like the saying says, you judge by the fruit. They don't produce any good. They don't produce any fruit. And you can look and see who they're associated with too.
But like, I think our community, we got some solid men. And I was reading a story about World War One. It was World War I, World War II. They had all our Black men sending out like missiles, and they reported that something was wrong, that they need to stop doing it. And I guess some of them died, and it was 50 Black men that was like, look, we're not doing this no more. And they actually went to court and got sentenced to jail.
Wow.
Well, I look this up. I just seen this. So like he's saying, we got to be able to stand on business and die on our sword if we got to. A lot of people, they not willing to lose it all.
No, they're not.
principles and morals.
Right.
But back in the day, our ancestors, they wasn't on that.
Mm-hmm.
They would lose it all for just a principle, you know? And I think that's what we need to get back to, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter is a scam. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big scam.
Mm-hmm.
Trev, you saying finances is the only way we impact. Definitely. That's why we're going to keep these talks, man. I'm glad y'all appreciate this because we're going to keep them on. Hopefully I can get Kelly, you know, on here on a weekly. We can keep things going. The crowd really liked you, Kelly, on your
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You out. So we trying to set up a FBA television network that where we got control of our people and who they listening to and what they seeing and who's influencing them. So we can kind of cut out everybody else. And if it ain't us, if they ain't FBA certified, we don't need to listen to them. These people.
I agree.
Yeah, so we don't get confused because, you know, we can all get confused and influenced. So
I always look now. I kind of look up, especially like politicians.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed, like, because I talk a lot about, you know, political stuff on my channel, and a lot of the stuff that I'll notice that comes out of Black politicians that I'm gonna say it that are Democrats from the Democratic Party. If you look up like their lineage, they are not from here. and it's unfortunate because Black people will think, you know, and I think it's really just the older generation. They will see this Black face and think that they are going to help them, and it's FBA that don't help them as well, you know, the sellouts. But they will see them and I'm like, no, that they're looking out, you know, for their people. They're not really looking out for your people. So maybe you gotta, you know, pay attention to that. Like it's a lot. It's a lot in politics.
Exactly. If y'all look on my shorts, I did a short when Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, they're not FBA.
Correct.
But they were able to represent us and say a Black person. And we're seeing this done over and over and over again. So it's like now we're waking up and like, we don't feel like nobody is going to have our best interests if they aren't from our lineage. Nobody else does that.
And if you notice, they purposely don't promote, like, okay, I'll give you an example. Stacey Abrams, they FBA or a Black woman, they didn't like her, you know, and people, you know, in her district, whatever, they really liked her, but they didn't want, when I say they, I mean the Democratic Party wouldn't, you know, push her to that, help her with the next level. And I hate Democrats. I'm gonna say it. Like, if you go to my channel, I freaking hate them a lot. But you know, and I think that's by design, but I'll never get over, and I will say this forever. I don't know how so many Black women, not my friends, but so many Black women voted for Kamala Harris. And I'm like, how did you get tricked into voting for this woman just because she's tan like you? Like, she had an affair with a Black woman's Black husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, she locked up innocent Black people. You know, like, it's just so much stuff this woman had did negative to Black people, but they just, you know, she's got a little color, you know, she's just got to get in. And I'm like, she literally did like why would you do that? She's done so much horrible stuff to the Black community. It's just mind-boggling to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, definitely with jails in the prison system. I know that she was big on that.
She kept people in jail. A judge had to write to her 2 times to release, I want to say it was about 1,000 people in jail due to a lab error. The lab said that they, you know, it tested positive for whatever substance, but it was an error. She tried to keep them in jail due to for free labor. A judge had to write her a letter 2 times. I mean, she wrongfully convicted a Black guy. You know, the whole, I don't know if you guys know, but True Love, Jamal True Love, like it's so much stuff with that lady that you know, hurt the Black community. Just is mind-boggling to me. It's wild. It's so crazy.
So that's where we're being infiltrated at. And I did a video on New Year's. I want y'all to check that out. It shows you the guy, Darkhart Perry, and he is an FBA. William O'Neill. These are two guys who work with the federal government to assassinate and take down our culture. And they ask them these questions in here. And people say, like, they don't think that our culture is under attack. They think that, you know, it's just us out here want to dress like women. We want to talk about shooting, killing. They think that we just aspire to do things like this. And it's way deeper than that, in my opinion. All right, so somebody said they want to call in. Hey, you could call in. I'm ready to give you if you think you can challenge any of my points for a quick. Some guy said he want to call in, but if we ain't got no more call-ins, man, we definitely gonna
he didn't endorse her. That's not true. he did not endorse that lady, because I've been following this. He didn't endorse that lady.
Oh, what? Who?
Oh, you have put it up on the screen. Somebody said that he got the check, Jamal Truelove, and endorsed Kamala Harris. He didn't. He spoke during this election. He spoke out against her and put his story out. He has a YouTube channel. I only said that because you have put it up on the screen. Yeah. That's all.
That's cool. Listen, this show, I'm all about getting to the truth, man. All of that, you know, I'm so about truth, but man, y'all, we had an awesome show here. We ain't got nobody else calling in, and y'all are blowing up the chats. But we do. I am live mostly every day, but I'm trying to set up this network so y'all tie in. I'm gonna definitely bring Kelly on and start a network that we can all have, so we can all support each other, have our own award shows, have our own union. You know, we own stuff like this.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Really cool, really cool. So listen, we appreciate all y'all for checking in. What's the call-in number? Hold on. Hey, Kelly, do you got time? We got one more person say they want to call in.
Sure.
Okay. She says she got a little time, so I'm gonna put the number down here for you, Gary. Gary, you've been definitely been a supporter for us. You're doing God's work. Appreciate you, brother, for real. Yeah, he's speaking. I'm just a messenger. You know what I mean?
Oh, we can't hear him. Is the guy talking?
No, he's not. He didn't call in yet. I put the number up there for you, Gary. Go ahead and give us a call. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes now. There you go.
This is Gary.
To accept, press 1.
Gary, what's going on?
Hello, this is Gary. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, brother?
Good, brother. Good, brother. You're gonna have to turn off your I think your TV or something, because we hearing a little echo.
Okay, what about now?
Okay, we don't hear it no more.
Okay, I just want to call in. First of all, I want to encourage you and Kelly. I've been watching both of you. I want you to know that you are doing a good job. Mm-hmm. And the brother that gave the number, wait a minute, hold on a second. First of all, I want to encourage you and Kelly.
Mm-hmm, I hear you.
Oh, the brother that called in and gave the number, he said 21 million. We're closer to 50 million FBAs or Black Americans in the country. And just keep on going where you're going. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up, man. I'm just so proud of both of you, man. It's just making me feel good as a baby boomer, you know.
Right.
Seeing some of my young brothers and sisters keeping the work up, man. It's making me proud and it's firing me up. Keep on going. Don't let nothing discourage you. And God bless both of you.
Definitely. I appreciate you, Gary, man. FBA love. Appreciate you for calling in. And we appreciate the positive energy. So, yeah, we're going to be on another video tomorrow. I'm going to definitely try to get Kelly back on the show, man. We could do this. Yes. You know, it was great having you, and they like what you're standing for. So, and listen, you can say how you feel on my show. I don't want you to
I keep it real.
Yeah. I don't want you to
I
feel
did.
like
I spoke my mind.
Crowd ain't go. Yeah, you spoke it, but we ain't go. This is a place where you can speak freely, and we ain't gonna judge you for nothing that you say.
Right? Yeah, I appreciate it. I had a great time. Yeah, I'd love to. we definitely got to do this
That's
again. This was fun.
We definitely got to do it again. So listen, make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all go check out Kelly Corinne podcast show.
Yes.
And y'all stay locked in with us because we're going to have new updates with what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And we're going to keep pushing out positive energy and giving out that FBA love. So listen, y'all have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.